Jai Shri Ram, Shri Rama Vijaya, Chapter 16. They arrived at Ganga Tira, where Rama sat down for rest on the grass under the shade of a tree near a beautiful river, and having refreshed himself there, requested a fisherman called Guhaka, who was his devotee, to convey him with Sita and Lakshman to the other side of the river. Guha asked him who he was, when he informed him that he was Rama, the eldest son of Dashratha. Whereupon the fisherman, having embraced him, conveyed him with Sita and Lakshman to the other side of the river, when Sumant took his leave of the prince and returned to Ayodhya. Rama then went to the abode of Bharadwaj, a rishi, who worshipped him and requested him to stay with him for about 15 days, when the prince said, I cannot stay with you any longer, because the people of Ayodhya will often come here and entreat me to return to the kingdom. I shall therefore go to the Dandakaranya. At the request of Rama, Bharadwaj showed him the way that led to the hills called Chitrakuta, where many learned rishis lived. He went up to the hills and saw Valmika, a rishi, and worshipped him with respect and reverence. Lakshman built a Parnakutika there, and they all lived in it. On the return of Sumant to Ayodhya, Dashratha died of grief for Rama. It was a pity that none of his sons were present at the time of his death. His wives, Kausalya and Sumitra, much mourned for the king, but Kaikeyi did not shed a tear for him. To perform the funeral ceremony of the king, his sons Bharat and Shatrughna were sent for, and until they returned to Ayodhya, his body was preserved in a kadai, a large vessel made of iron full of oil. Soon after, Bharat and Shatrughna returned to the city, and having seen the lifeless body of their father, they violently cried and much lamented for him. Vasishtha said, the body of the king cannot be burnt unless someone is placed on the throne of Ayodhya. Rama and Lakshmana have gone to the forest, and I therefore ask Bharat to occupy the throne, as Kaikeyi has got them banished to the forest to secure the throne for him. At this information, Bharat was startled and said to Vasishtha with tears in his eyes, Oh, how can I bear this grief? I do not want the kingdom. I want nothing from this city. I go down on my knees and beseech you not to install me in the throne, as my beloved Rama is a right claimant of it. I will go wherever Rama is and pass my days with him. Having known the heart of Bharat, Vasishtha placed the Padukas of Rama on the throne and proclaimed him as the king of Ayodhya. Shortly after, the body of Dashratha was carried to the funeral ground and burnt with all his wives except Kausalya, Sumitra and Kaikeyi. Kausalya and Sumitra were ready to burn themselves with their husband, but Vasishtha prevented them from doing so, as they had sons. After the funeral ceremony of Dashratha was over, Bharat went and saw his mother Kaikeyi, when she said, Son, I have caused Rama and Lakshmana to be banished to a forest and secure the kingdom for you with the greatest difficulty. Now without delay, take charge of the kingdom and you will be very happy. We have now no enemies, and it is a very good sign that the king has also died. Bharat got very much enraged at what he had heard from Kaikeyi and replied, You are a murderess of your husband and an enemy of Rama. It is most sinful, wicked and disgraceful on your part to cause the death of my father and the banishment of my dear brother to the forest. Rama is the rightful claimant of the throne. Let him come and take his kingdom. I want nothing except Rama and shall pass my days with him in the forest. So saying, he dressed himself in Valkalyas and set out for Chitrakuta to join his brothers. He was followed by Vasishtha, Kausalya, Sumitra, Shatrughna, Sumant and all the people of Ayodhya, who were very anxious to see Rama. They all arrived at the river where Guha had his hut, and at the request of Bharat, the fisherman conveyed all the people to the other side of the river. Jai Shri Ram. Shri Rama Vijaya, Chapter 16 complete.